from Island Sun Tarot, and in this video we are going to be taking a walk through the Animal Wisdom Tarot by Dawn Burke and illustrated by Ola Leola. This deck is an all animal deck except for one.
So sorry, it was actually two cards with humans
There's
on
a
them.
human on one card. And I love the way that it is formatted. They have changed some of the names on the major arcana and as well in the minor, but we will get into that as we look through the cards. But first, let's just take a quick look in the guidebook. This little book is really quite informative for just thin, I guess we should see, less than 100 pages of information. And there are a couple of different spreads that go with the animal theme. Like here we have a bear paws and this honeybee lovers spread, and then some classics like the Celtic cross as well. And then, so just for the Fool here, they have the name of the animal, the coyote. This card is called the Trickster. In the book, they have it listed as traditional, the Fool. And if you look, some of the meanings, it's the same. So originality, humor, unconventional wisdom, and freedom, right? So then they give you information into the thought of whatever they've renamed the card. So like the Trickster here. Then they talk about the animal as well. And then there's also a message from the animal here too. So each card, even in the minors, is given one page with a full color representation of the card. And then it is broken down that way, even in the minors. We have the leopard, nurturer of branches. Nurturer is queen of wands, they're saying traditional. And then they also, highlight the elements as well. All right, so we'll take a look through the cards, and on one of them we'll stop and do a little read in the book. All right. So these are really glossy, so you're just gonna have to bear with me as I pick each one up to try and get the glare not so bad. But first we have the Trickster instead of the Fool. And it's a coyote. So just really soft, beautiful watercolor. Raven, messenger of magic for the magician. You see this man here reflected back. There's a shell underneath the water, a feather and a leaf. Really gorgeous. Cat, knower of secrets for the high priestess. That sense of the traditional with the trees here on either side. There is the moon as well, the water. Really pretty. You can see the moon is reflected here in the water. Cow, Earth Mother, or, oh, she's so pretty. I'm sorry, for the Empress. So very soft watercolor palette. Some of the cards are a little darker, but it's more of a darker purple because it's depicting just nighttime. But really beautiful coloration in all these cards. Ram, Earth Father for the Emperor. So as you see here, and just like with the cat kind of had a little scroll with her, some of the animals may have a little nod to the traditional. So here we have the bull, keeper of sacred tradition, which is the Hierophant, and he's got the keys here. The rabbits watching him gives you the sense of the supplicants. Honeybee, Heart Awakener for the lovers. And they actually do have, like I mentioned, a separate honeybee lovers spread in the book. Horse, spirit of freedom for the Chariot. Or a Pegasus, really, but super gorgeous. And then we have Lion, ruler of the open heart, which is originally strength. This is the only card that has a person in it. I do love how they are sitting together. This card gives me major like Narnia and Aslan vibes with like either Susan or Lucy. It's really sweet. Owl, keeper of the light, or the hermit. So you can see, even though this is depicted at night, it's still this lovely dark purple. You can see the moon here. Really gorgeous. This actually looks like a great gray owl. Oh, I'm sorry, my little dog's gonna walk across the floor. So some of these, as we get into this next 10, or this is 10, so we have Spider, the Sacred Spinner, but we do have a cat sitting here as well. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So I just want to see, because I could have swore they said something about the cat. Oh, they're talking about karma, fate, karma, luck, cycles, change. Really pretty. Elephant, bearer of justice. Traditionally, the Justice card. Really pretty. Bat, master of suspension for the Hanged Man. Moth, omen of death for the Death card. This particular moth is, oh, they don't have it down as any particular moth, but it is illustrated like the Death Head moth because of the skull in the back. I know on the real moth it's not as clear, but super gorgeous with the full moon in the back. All right. Next we have the Swan, angel of alchemy, which is temperance. Goat, shadow god of liberation, the devil. And I actually really like that meaning, shadow god of liberation. I do like how it kind of gives into that embrace your shadow, liberate your life. It's authenticity. The goat wants you to be authentic to yourself. The serpent, the quickener, wrapped around with the lightning there. So the tower is depicted. Really gorgeous. The coloring in the lightning is so cool. I'm sorry these cards are so glossy. Peacock, the illuminator, or the star. Reflection here. Rabbit, moon dreamer for the moon. Rooster, call to awakening for the sun. Crocodile and butterfly. I really love that there's two shown here for masters of discernment. So gorgeous. The expression on the crocodile's face is priceless too, but the butterfly is really beautiful. So this would originally be judgment. let's just read in the book so we can see. Sorry, I'm gonna hold the card too at the same time. Surprising allies, crocodile and butterfly, two powerful representatives of transformation, bask in the sun. By releasing assumptions and expectations of life, we open to beauty. Crocodile and butterfly recommend self-honesty so we may celebrate our true identity. Guide to primal waters of self, crocodile uncovers hidden emotions and forgotten aspects of psyche that continue to weigh us down. Croc offers powerful initiation for those ready to embrace the last dark secrets of self, sensitive to timing, symbolic of the evolving human soul. Butterfly's delicate touch encourages us to let go, spread our wings, and soar into the new. This card signals profound transformation. Be willing to accept and forgive, have courage and be patient. You may feel drawn to your deepest depth and raised to your highest potential. Waking from the dream of ordinary consciousness, we claim the fullness of our true self. Liberated from self-imposed constraints, we feel renewed and live in the moment, present in awe. Crocodile and butterfly announce that awakening is now. The message is feel deep, set free, lighten up, fly. So then that gives you a little taste for what is in the book for each card. And then we have the whale, the all-encompassing for the world, which I think is really gorgeous. I mean, think about how many hundreds of thousands of miles a whale must swim in its lifetime all around the world, depending on the species and the water, of course, but you know what I mean. It's really good choice, I think. All right, so then the first suit that we have is branches, and this is going to be for wands for this deck. So we have the snake for the ace of branches, a salamander for the two of branches, toad, three of branches, firefly, four of branches, scorpion, five of branches. So besides the woman that was in the strength card, you can almost look at this and just believe that it's sand. But if you look really close, it looks like the scorpion could be held in someone's hand here. But it's all in the way you want to view the card. Because I know some people, when they get an animal deck, maybe they don't want humans in it at all. And so with this deck, besides the one woman, there are a few things like this, where you can see it a couple different ways. Hummingbird, six of branches. Lizard, seven of branches. Jaguar, eight of branches. Lynx, nine of branches. This is so beautiful. I love the purples in this. Scarab beetle, 10 of branches. So then as we go to the court, you'll see that what they've renamed. So for the page, they have the seer, so fox, seer of branches for the page. And then they have the seeker, so camel, seeker of branches, which is the knight. And then they have the nurturer, leopard, nurturer of branches, or the queen. And then the guardian, so tiger, guardian of branches, or the king of branches. Oh, I love this card. The background is just so gorgeous. Rainbow tie-dye almost. It's beautiful detail. All right, for the next suit, we have shells, 4 cups. And there's one thing that I really appreciate about this deck, because sometimes when I think of an animal deck, I feel like if you're gonna rename everything to shells or feathers or what have you, I almost get a little irritated when all the animals are not a water-like animal. And decks like the Animal Totem Tarot that I absolutely adore, and Spirit Song Tarot, those animals, it's just mixed throughout the suits. This deck stays true to the suits, so all the animals that we're going to see for the shells are all a water-like animal, and I actually really appreciate that organization. Not that I don't appreciate those other decks, because as you know, the Animal Totem Tarot is like my all-time favorite animal deck, but I just want that to be said about this deck. It's really lovely how they organized it, and it does coincide with the suits, so that's really nice. So here we go. The Nautilus for the Ace of Shells. Dolphin, 2 of Shells. Otter, 3 of Shells. I love their faces, they're so sweet. Crab, 4 of Shells. Jellyfish, 5 of Shells. So even the color here is still just a darker kind of gray blue with a little teal in it. Still really gorgeous for the background, but you get the sense of the jellyfish being down in the depths, the deeper ocean. Manatee, 6 of Shells. Sea lion, 7 of Shells. Octopus, 8 of Shells. Salmon, 9 of Shells. And then hippo for 10 of Shells. So we have the penguin for the seer of shells or the page. Polar bear, seeker of shells or the knight. He's gorgeous. I just love this northern lights feeling with the crystals here, the coloration in the background. It's really beautiful. Sea turtle for nurturer of shells or the queen. Shark, guardian of shells, or also the king. So really beautiful shells suit. I absolutely love it. Next we have fossils, or for pentacles. Bison, ace of fossils. Monkey, 2 of fossils. Prairie dog, 3 of fossils. The rat, 4 of fossils. Oh, I love this one. Donkey, 5 of fossils. So beautiful. He's so sweet, his face. Oh, I love him. Okay. Gorilla, 6 of fossils. Deer, 7 of fossils. And the beaver, 8 of fossils. Wolf, 9 of fossils. This one's really gorgeous too. You can see the similarities in the background as we go through the suits. Dog, 10 of fossils, and here we have a little boy. Raccoon for the seer of fossils or the page. Llama for seeker of fossils. This card stalked me for a long time when I first got this deck. Pig, nurturer of fossils or the queen. And then bear, guardian of fossils or the king. Very gorgeous, like sunset color there. The deep purple night coming in as the sun sets. It's really beautiful. Okay, for the last suit, we have feathers for swords, the air, suit of air. So birds for this entire suit. So they're keeping with the trend, just like they did with the shells. So stork, ace of feathers. Heron, 2 of feathers. Grosbeak, 3 of feathers. And what's interesting about a grosbeak, I love birds. I really enjoy birds. Grosbeaks, certain species of grosbeaks will trap their prey in thorny plants or bushes and let their prey impale themselves before eating, and then that's how they hunt. And I just think that is so smart of a bird to be able to hunt in that way. So the grosbeak. Loon for 4 feathers, really beautiful detail on her. Blue jay, 5 of feathers. We also have a little cardinal in the back. Pelican for the 6 of feathers. And magpie, 7 of feathers. Albatross, 8 of feathers. Crow, 9 of feathers. And within him there's a figure. Vulture, 10 of feathers. Parrot, seer of feathers. Oh, I love this one. Falcon, seeker of feathers. So pretty. The ibis, nurturer of feathers. Another gorgeous sun in the background. So gorgeous. I love it. I love the water too here. And then eagle, guardian of feathers. So there you have it, the Animal Wisdom Tarot. Really gorgeous animal deck. I know I've said before that the Animal Totem Tarot is my favorite, but I really do love the artwork and the colors used on this deck. And even some of the cards like the Tower or even like the Ten of Swords that we had just seen, their meaning is just the more positive side. And even here with the goat, shadow god of liberation, it talks of more of a transformation. So I don't necessarily want to say that there's a soft deck. Yes, the colors are soft and beautiful, but it can pack a punch just like any other tarot deck. It's just if you are reading for others and you want to use an animal deck and you don't necessarily want to see like animal death or gore, you know, an animal that's caught in a bear trap or an animal that's been speared or something more gruesome, this would definitely be a great animal deck choice. Because even for the vulture, it wasn't, you know, bloody or gory or gross to see, so. And the little book that comes with it is quite nice. I mean, it's more than a little white book. It's definitely an actual book, guidebook. But the information is informative and, you know, quick and easy to read. If you just wanted to use it for like a daily pool, it's nice to read out of the guidebook. See, here we have the vulture. I mean, yes, something here has expired on its own, possibly, but it's just not gruesome. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this walk through the Animal Wisdom Tarot. I will link it below where you can get it because I know I didn't mention in the beginning, but it says here, Seco Books. And so I'll do a link where you can get it. And it came in, I'm sorry I don't have the box to show, but it came in a really beautiful, one of those boxes that's like on its side and it has the skinny lid that lifts up and everything's in the box like this, like set in the box like this style. It was really pretty and the box was nice and matte. And just really nicely done for the book. Is all glossy pages, all full color. Oh, we should probably show the backs before I'm all done, right? One little thing. So this is actually the coyote that is the trickster or the fool. It is perfectly reversible, as you can see. Really beautiful hummingbird here, kind of intertwined. And then there's no copyright on these cards, so it's just, that's it. Really beautiful. The cardstock is a little thin, but it's glossy and it shuffles really nice. So I don't mind that it's thin like that. The gloss is nice. Maybe not for recording for something like this. Like if it's set down, you can see the light there, but it's a nice gloss. It wasn't sticky when I first got it and it was easy to work in. But I mean, it's fairly bendy. Right, so I will link it below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.